June 7th, 2011, the NBA Finals. Coming out of the Eastern Conference was the Miami Heat. A really scary team. They had Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron James all playing their best basketball ever. Each one of these guys could have easily taken their team to the NBA Finals by themselves. But this year, they joined up to make one of the strongest teams the NBA had seen in a really long time. Their opponent was the Dallas Mavericks, a team of older, experienced players. They were led by a 37-year-old point guard who was still looking for his first championship. They also had a small forward and shooting guard who were past their best years, and a 32-year-old guy named Dirk Nowitzki. He was one of the best European players in the game, but people had always said he was too slow, too weak, and too soft for most of his career, especially when the big games came around. Smart now. Are you going too foul, Terry? He puts it up. Won't go. Rebound. Wait. The Miami Heat. They've done it. They win their first championship in franchise history. This year, the Miami Heat looked like nobody could beat them. They sailed through the NBA playoffs, beating the Sixers 4-1, the Celtics, and the Chicago Bulls, who had MVP Derrick Rose. Their next victim was supposed to be the Dallas Mavericks, a team that shouldn't have even been there in the first place. Going into Game 4, the Mavericks were almost done. They were down 2-1 in the series. They had already lost their home court advantage, and their star player had gotten really sick with a 102-degree fever. Dirk Nowitzki is playing tonight's basketball game with a fever perhaps as high as 102 degrees. Dirk was really sick and desperately needed some help. Without him being healthy, they didn't have a chance. The Miami Heat built a 4-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and everything seemed to be going according to their plan. They would steal another win in Dallas, then finish off the series in Miami, a nice, easy sweep. Throughout the entire playoffs, it seemed simple, easy, and clean. But then something amazing happened. The Mavericks fought back. Dirk Nowitzki, pale and sweating from being visibly sick, scored 10 points in the final quarter. He dragged his team to an incredible comeback. It was one of the bravest performances in finals history, just like Michael Jordan's famous flu game all over again. Goes in the backcourt, gets it to Miller. Miller puts it on the air, and that's it. The Mavericks have evened the series. What a game and what a series. But going into Game 5, Miami wasn't worried. In fact, they were so sure they would win that they left. That's right, they actually left. Oh, did y'all hear me? Cough. I think I'm sick. LeBron James and Dwayne Wade made fun of Dirk Nowitzki's illness. Well, I just thought it was a little childish, a little ignorant. You know, I've been in this league for 13 years. I never faked anything. They thought he was weak. They thought he was soft. And they thought this series was already theirs. But what they didn't realize was that they just made a big mistake. A small moment of being too cocky that would start a chain of events they couldn't stop. The LeBron James D-Wade thing that pissed us off in that series. They all in the camera, they are cutting up all in front of us. And the second thing that we really didn't like in that series was Dirk was really sick, and they thought it was playtime. And remember, LeBron, D-Wade, oh, I'm sick, dog. Yeah. Dirk had quiet confidence. I won't say quiet confidence. He would say it to us. He just didn't feel like he needed to say it to the world. This is the story of how a slow and not very athletic European guy got his revenge on the league that doubted him. He went on the greatest finals run in NBA history and humbled the NBA's best players. But before we show you exactly how Dirk Nowitzki got his revenge, you need to understand why he was so overlooked, criticized, and doubted in the first place. Let me take you back to the early 1990s, a time when the NBA was ruled by American talent. Guys like Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, and Charles Barkley dominated the league. All these guys were way better than even the best international players like Dino Radja or Vlade Divac. Sure, there was Hakeem Olajuwon too, but he was considered more of an American prospect because he played 3 years at Houston before declaring for the draft. I mean, the gap between NBA prospects and international talent was so huge in the 90s that when the 1992 Dream Team played their international opponents, they won by an average of 44 points per game, and the 1996 Dream Team to beat their opponents by 31 points. The message was clear. International players just couldn't compete with NBA talent. So when a skinny, virtually unknown German teenager showed up as a top 10 prospect in the 1998 draft, with the 9th pick in the 1998 NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Dirk Nowitzki from Würzburg, Germany. Dubbe quotes, The idea of him becoming a superstar was laughable. But there was one man who believed in Dirk. It was Don Nelson, the Dallas Mavericks coach. He saw something nobody else did, potential. Washington also goes for that, noted as the hit at the Nike Hoop Summit. Dirk dropped 33 points against America's best players, and Scott was like one of the best defenders in the world. He's like, I got him. Dirk got finished like 50. You ain't got his Scott? And I said, yo, man, who the hell are you? He got that deep German accent. My name is Dirk Nowitzki. I'm 18. I said, 18. Do you want to go to Alfred yet? Most NBA scouts weren't convinced. He's too raw, too soft, too slow. Yes, his stats were impressive, but he was playing in the semi-pro German league. That's not real competition. The Nike Hoop Summit, that was just a scrimmage. Even Dirk Nowitzki doubted himself. He seriously thought about staying in Europe because he was afraid he wasn't ready for the NBA. Well, the Dallas people have been nice to me this whole trip, so I can't say nothing right now. But, you know, everything's nice here and I have to think about it. But Don Nelson knew better, and he wasn't just betting on Dirk. He was protecting him too. Nelson knew that Dirk's skill set was special, so he deliberately hid him from other teams during the pre-draft process, keeping scouting footage under wraps. So, with Nelson's master plan in place, the Dallas Mavericks took a chance trading for Dirk on draft night. Then they convinced Dirk to stay in the NBA and not go overseas, a dream come true for both the player and the franchise. He was the best high school player I'd ever seen, and I was fortunate enough to scout him for a week straight here in Dallas when he was with the European high school players playing American high school players, and he trained here at the YMCA, so Donnie and I got a chance to watch him for a whole week, and we were just sold on him. He was going to be a star player. And now ... Except when Dirk's rookie season arrived, every doubt came roaring back. Nowitzki's rookie season in 1998 was a disaster. He averaged just 8 points a game, struggled to keep up with the NBA athleticism, and got bullied in the post. He shot just 40% from the field and 20% from three-point range, and the Dallas Mavericks showed no improvement to their record, failing to make the playoffs once again for the 9th year in a row. To most fans and analysts, Dirk was proving exactly what they already believed. European players just aren't cut out for the NBA. But while Dirk struggled early on, his game had something special. Sure, he wasn't overpowering like Shaquille O'Neal. He couldn't jump like Shawn Kemp, and he wasn't tireless like a young Kevin Garnett. Instead, Dirk's game relied on being precise, smooth, and having great fundamentals. He had a jump shot so smooth it looked effortless. He could knock down mid-range shots like they were late. And at 7 feet tall, this sort of touch around the rim would push Nowitzki to new heights no European had ever been before. After 3 seasons of getting better year after year, Dirk was starting to make the league pay attention. In 2001, he was averaging 23 points, nearly 10 rebounds, and 2.4 assists per game. He was shooting over 50% from 2-point range and nearly 40% from 3-point range, earning his first All-Star selection, something he continued to earn for the next 10 seasons in a row. He pulled Dallas out of the bottom of the NBA too and led them to multiple playoff appearances for the first time in decades. He was unstoppable in the mid-range, and all of a sudden, the NBA was talking about the importance of having a stretch 4 on your team. But then in the mid-2000s, a new story emerged. Dirk's defense was a problem. He was inconsistent in the playoffs. And worst of all, they said he lacked true leadership to bring home an NBA championship. The phrase, too soft, still followed Dirk. And it wasn't just about his physical strength. Now, it was about his mental toughness. In 2006, Dirk had the chance to silence all the doubters. The Mavericks made it to the NBA Finals. And after going up to 2-0 against Dwayne Wade and Shaquille O'Neal's Miami Heat, it seemed like Dirk was on his way to greatness. But then everything fell apart. Monster slam by Shaq. And now Miami on the comeback trail. Wade stops, pops on the wing, misses the rebound inside slam back, bounce pass to Walker, and Walker layup, got it. Miami has its biggest lead at 9. Wade pulls up, puts it in. Wade on the drive inside, backs it in. Wade, it's good. Jason Williams kicks it out. Peyton shot, it's good. Turn the corner. Terry puts it up, won't go. Wade, too, hold on. And the Miami Heat are champions of the basketball world. The Heat won 4 straight games, and Dirk's performance in these finals raised even more questions about his ability